What is up, everybody? Welcome to another webisode here on OG55. Speaking of OG55, I got him right there. What's up, OG?
What is going on? I am so glad to be on Web Shots where we don't squabble up. We web shot them up. Thank you for having me on here, Mr. Webba. I always appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Of course, OG. Thank you so much. So, everybody, today we are going to be talking about SeaWorld again. Because for some reason, SeaWorld likes to be in the news a lot. So what actually brought this to my attention was actually in my junk mail. I looked it up, and OG just pulled up the article here. And this is about, for people who don't know, when you would sign up to SeaWorld's annual pass contract, in there at very tiny smidge somewhere, it would tell you, oh, we're going to auto renew your pass. But before I knew about that, you have to look deeply in these things, and sometimes you might even miss it, right? But most theme parks, they don't do that. That's the thing, OG, is that most theme parks, you buy your pass, and then it will expire and drop off if you don't actively engage to renew it. Not right. SeaWorld's like, hey, you bought our pass, we're just going to keep having to renew it for you, baby. So you pay your pass. Following year, you forget, you don't want it anymore. Bam, $300 or whatever the price is for the pass you pay.
Didn't that happen to you with D23? You had an issue with them, right? With the auto.
Oh yes, D23. Which actually, by the way, I actually just got an email from them about my 2025 D23 package coming in the mail. So I'm like, oh man. So, but that one I did get that canceled for next year because I don't want that. I don't think it's worth it, in my opinion. But yeah, so kind of the same thing. Like, you have to actively engage to cancel this thing, okay? OG, if you would be so kind, sir, to get us off on this article here.
Yeah, absolutely. Top class actions. It says here, the SeaWorld class action settlement benefits California consumers who purchase one or more SeaWorld San Diego annual pass through the SeaWorld San Diego website or app, or after February 28, 2019. Wow, so they go a while back. And whose AP automatically renewed after the initial 12-month commitment ended on or before February 28, 2025. So a 6-year time span there. And who did not receive a refund for the first auto renewal charge. It says here, the plaintiffs in the class action lawsuit claim SeaWorld failed to provide the proper notice and terms required by California law when charging customers for annual pass auto renewals. They allege they were misled by SeaWorld's failure to comply with California's automatic renewal law. And Disney's had recent situations around the Pandy as well with the Magic Keys. They had a class action against them too. So these companies, it's crazy. But go ahead, Ebba.
Yeah, I know. So it looks like this actually kind of contradicts my statement. It looks like maybe that wasn't even in the fine print anywhere. Because I thought it was because this happened to me twice, and I remember going up. I remember going up once to the customer service team member area to ask about it. The other time was through the phone, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Yo, I saw that I got a charge for this. What is this?" And they're like, "Oh, it's your auto renewal for your pass." And I was like, "But I didn't want to auto renew. Why is it automatically auto renewing for me? Right. Like it doesn't give it didn't give you the option to decline." So I was, so it's like, to me, that's really shady to do that,
it's hella shady.
Yeah. So OG, what do you think about that? And should theme parks be doing that?
No, they shouldn't be doing that. I don't like companies in general that do that kind of stuff. A few months ago, I had a problem with AAA for that same issue. It was horrible back in February. And this has been going on. I've been trying to work on this for a couple of years now, but I used to pay for my ex-girlfriend's AAA card, okay? It was on my card. I paid for it. But they automatically take it out every year. Here's the caveat, though. I don't talk to her anymore. So when I call them to tell them, can you take my card? That's my card. I'm no longer paying for it. They wouldn't remove it because I guess she needs to authorize that, even though it's my card. Well, I don't talk to her anymore. So now it's a whole big thing. So it's like, it was a whole thing, and they already took the money out. I was like, yeah, can I get a refund? Da, 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 da. So I actually sent her a message, and I said, hey, can you please help me with this? Can you call them and like give them the authorization to like take my stuff off your account? Because it's crazy. I've been trying to do this for 2 years, and they keep giving me the runaround. But long story short, these companies love to do that. They love to do the auto pay thing. They love to yank your money out, you know, and that's why I don't do a lot of auto pay stuff. I don't sign up for a lot of that stuff. I don't like that. I like to manually do it. If I forget, they'll remind you and I can call it in. But I don't like this stuff. So we'll see what happens with this. But most of the time with these class action lawsuits, typically they're going to get some sort of like settlement, I'm sure, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's two things to note about that, right? Is that this is kind of messed up. It says, and who did not receive a refund for the first auto renewal charge. So here's the thing, OG. This is really not cool, okay? Bad business practice. If an auto charge happens, right, and let's say you as the consumer, whatever, you don't want the product, you should be allowed to ask for a refund, right?
Yeah.
Because again, back to the D23 debacle that I had, I was so mad. But back to the 23 thing, I do not know why there is a no refund policy. I don't want it. Just please give me my money back. I don't want the membership. I don't want the pass. I don't want the product. Can you just give me my money back? I don't know what the big deal is. So with this right here, not getting a refund, no, absolutely, SeaWorld should be handing out that refund. Like that's ridiculous in my opinion. And then the other thing, look at this. SeaWorld has not admitted any wrongdoing, but agreed to a 1.5 million settlement to resolve the class action. Like, I mean, that's insane to me. Like, they're not going to admit to any wrongdoing, even though that is very shady business practice.
Very shady. Yeah, these companies like to skirt the law, and they like to skirt like morality, so to speak. Like they like to dance along the edges a lot of times, you know. So SeaWorld, we didn't technically do anything wrong, this, that, and the other, but we'll do a settlement. But these pass holders will absolutely get something. 99% of the time, these class actions end in some sort of payout. So that's the good news, you know.
It is, you know, and I hope that SeaWorld, because again, right now we're seeing SeaWorld in a kind of evolution right now, right? Like on our last SeaWorld video, right, with their new comeback of Journey into Atlantis, right? They just opened up that new coaster that took over the Arctic. Was it that one motion simulator, right? Like Star Tours.
Oh yeah. Oh, that thing was rough too. I remember going on that. Yeah, it rattled.
Oh, dude, yeah. You know, so we have Manta, Emperor, the new Arctic coaster, right? So they are investing into the parks, right? And I think even this summer, or just maybe a few months ago, they opened up like this new jellyfish thing that they got going on. They just redid their entrance at SeaWorld San Diego. So they are really investing into the parks. And then we even got wind that that SeaWorld Orlando they are eyeing 400 acres. That is insane.
That's a big piece of property, 400 acres. You can do a lot with that. You can build a Westcott.
Oh, yeah, you can be a Westcott, right? I mean, that there is making CEO moves, man, you know, so.
Making CEO or Seymour Duck moves, you know, one of the two or both, you know.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see them, you know, investing to the parks, but this kind of stuff, they need to really pull back, you know, like stop with the shady business practices and just do good by the guests, right?
Oh, 100%. And that's the thing too. These companies, SeaWorld, I dealt with it with AAA, like, and it was the same thing with you with D23. They auto renew. You call them immediately after they renew. They auto renew. I don't want the service. Like, it's not even a day, and you're telling them to cancel it. You haven't even used it, okay?
Yeah.
And they fight you on it. Like, it was like pulling teeth to get that refund from AAA. They did not want to do it. Oh, well, you have to do this. Oh, I don't know. I got to talk to my manager. It's like, what do you mean? It's my card. I'm not authorizing you to do that. Yes. Refund me and let's move on, you know? But they're shady, bro. They're shady.
Here's the thing. They're so quick to take your money, but they take so long to give it back.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It stinks more than the penguin chum bucket at SeaWorld.
Oh man, oh OJ, bro, we gotta take you back there, man. Just for the smells, you know.
Just for the smells. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, but we'll see.
Absolutely. Well, OG, this was a pleasure having you on. This is always fun talking SeaWorld and or just these parks in general, right? Thank you so much for coming on, OG. Where can everybody at home find you on social media?
You can find me right here, Orange Grow 55 on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And check out the rest of the content. We do a lot here on theme parks, mostly Disney, but we do dip into like today SeaWorld or a lot of Universal. We also do a lot of studio stuff. We even dip into the financials of the Walt Disney Company with their earnings calls and what have you. So check it out here on Orange Grove 55 and Mr. Webba, fantastic host as usual. Web shots. Swinging high, Mr. Webba, the city's alley, Orange Grove, where danger hides with web swinging action. He'll turn the tides, dodging bullets, leaping tall. Webba's here to save us all from the...
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.